Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like
yeah, come on up in here, hit the like button, the Rebuttal Entertainment, the best boxing podcast on YouTube, because they steal all my content. They steal all my content, but we're going to keep going. Now, come on up in here. We're going to talk a little bit about Richard Hitchins, what's next, what he did to Killer Cam Bosses, what's going on the Twitter world, the fights coming up, etc., etc. We got Jab Queen in the building. What's up to Miss Queen? You know, I'm going to put the link out a little bit today. If y'all want to come on, I'm going to put the link out for a little bit. Lorenzo is always up in the building. What's going on with you guys? Make sure y'all hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Share the video. Yeah. Richard Hitchins is the news. Y'all know me. I think Richard Hitchins is an okay fighter. He's good. You know. I emailed you Happy Father's Day. Did you get it? On what? On the Rebuttal Entertainment? Jab Queen? Where you email it at? I'm going to look right now. Let me check and see. Okay. How was your weekend? I hope you had a good weekend. I don't see it. You trying to bamboozle me? Because I don't see it. Do it say Jab Queen? What's your email? Send to you, Ray B. What's your name? What's your name, girl? What's your name? Because you know, the Rebuttal Entertainment is one word. It ain't spelled, it's one whole word, Jab Queen. The Rebuttal Entertainment. Let me show you how it is. With my banner. That's how it is right there. So y'all come on up in here. I use a Gmail account. So did you, just like that, the Rebuttal Entertainment at Gmail? Maybe it's in my spam. Yeah, right there. That's it right there. What's your email? I have to look your email. But if you did, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Y'all come on up in here, man. What y'all thought about the fight this weekend? Andy Cruz did his thing. It's from TYE. All right. Hey, there you go. Yes, I got it, sweetheart. Yep, there you go. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Oh. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna hit you up, Jab Queen. I got you. Thank you for the email. And I read everything. I'm gonna hit you up. Anytime. Oh, we got another queen in here, 2 cents in the building. I'm gonna put a link out. Y'all want to come on up in here? We can talk for a little bit. 2 cents. Somebody was talking about you. I ain't gonna tell you his name, you know. Oh my God, it is too hilarious. Oh man, oh man, y'all tell me how y'all hit the y'all like the fight this weekend. I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts, man, and what they say. Well, I'm gonna give you a little short story. I was on Twitter, and Southpaw TV video came up, and I watched it. It was about 6-7 minutes, and they were talking about the people who be having all them people on that panel, hooping and hollering. He called out all kinds of names, and guess who I seen up there? He put the panel up. Guess whose name I seen? 2 Cents on the panel. Oh my God! I don't know whose show it was. I don't know, but he put it. I was like, he went ham on y'all. All these people up here hollering, don't know a damn thing. It's all poor funny as shit. I don't do 2 cents like that. Cause I just did it because I see your name. You was up on the panel, whoever panel it was. I said, it's all poor funny as I don't know what. He was going ham. He said they hollering and screaming. And you know, that's how I've been saying that shit. It give me a headache. I can't do it. I can do it like my football show because I can mute everybody. You know, I don't want to mute everybody on the boxing panel, but no, I don't. I was like, they was doing all that. I say softball funnies on them. But anyway, what y'all think about the fight this weekend? Richard Hitchins, Killer Cambosa. What do you guys think about it? Did y'all like it? Richard Hitchins showed me a little bit. He looked pretty good. I can't say nothing bad about him. He did something Devin Haney couldn't do. Stop George Cambosa. You know, he did something Devin Haney couldn't do. Stop George Cambosa. Richard Hitchins stopped George Cambosa. Yeah. It was pretty good, man. He looked pretty good. But, you know, let me say this. George Cambosa is really a 30-pounder, man. That dude got lucky when he beat Teofimo Lopez, man. George, Killer Cam just got heart, man. Got a lot of heart. He fought everybody. He fought all the champions that won 40, 35, 40, whatever. He got heart, man. So, you know, I ain't gonna say nothing bad about George. Killer Cam. He just need to retire. He just need to retire, man. He just really need to retire. Any of you guys going out to Vegas to the tank fight? If y'all are, let me know. I'll be out there. You know, we can hang around, with the Republic. Y'all don't want to hang with me? I mean, I'll take my hat off. Y'all can see the bald head. Oh, man. Fight was like they Hitchins act like he beat a world beater. It was a decent fight. He did what he had to do. Yeah, what I always been saying, you guys. Who asked for that shit? He did that because they didn't want to fight Sabril Matias. Now you heard one of my favorite fighters from where I'm from, DC. Gary Antoine won all the smoke. He said, I beat you 4 times in the amateur. Where you at? Go look it up. It's on Twitter. He said, you called everybody's name except mine. See, I know stuff that you guys don't know about Richard Hitchins, Shakur Stevenson, and the Russell family, and Teofimo Lopez and the Russell family. Because they used to come to DC and go to Russell's gym and spar, some of them. Shakur will spar Gary Russell's, Mr. Gary Russell. He didn't want to spar Richard Hitchins. Shakur ain't want that smoke. Shakur ain't want to spar Gary Antoine. Richard Hitchins ain't spar none of them. Because Gary done already beat him 4 times. See, there's a lot I can tell y'all. The stories that be going on. Devin had 24 rounds with couldn't even hurt both. Yeah, my man Clip Farm in the building. I gotta hit you with it, Clip Farm, but I know you do, man. I ain't been on. I gotta hit you with it though.
Do you have evidence of this?
Oh man, he said you got a ticket for me, Lou. You still me? Oh, get out of here. You ain't even go last time. I might not. When I go to these fights, my casino host give me 2 tickets. But if I know people who's going and coming with me, I don't even go to the fight. I go to one of them big old screens because I don't waste his money. I mean, not his money. I don't waste the casino comps because they can give it to the big bowl, big, way bigger than me, and just give them to me. But since I've been gambling in Vegas for a million years, I get tickets. I get 2 tickets. So I might just tell them I don't want them, but people gonna come out there. You know, I'd rather go watch on a big 50-inch TV in the ballroom or somewhere. You know. Gary, the real boogeyman. Exactly. Gary Antoine is the real. I was saying that today on Twitter. He the real boogeyman. Ain't none of them dudes calling him out. Prelude ain't even want that rematch, but he gonna get that Prelude smoke again. Because that fight could have went either way, even though I edged Berto Prelude in that fight. I thought Gary lost 11 or 12th round, and Gary and Berto Prelude won the fight. So that's how I look at that, man. They hush about Gary. Yeah, why? Do anybody know? Do anybody know you must lose a lot of money? Nah, man. I don't speak that L word. Nah. No. If you've been gambling a lot, everybody that gambles, especially if you was big time back in the days, you keep going regularly, maybe once a year or something like that. You still keep your credentials and keep getting some content. And I'm close to the casino host. If I ask him for 2 tickets, he'll try to get them for me. If he can't get them, he can't get them. But he say he might could give me these 2 tickets. He'll let me know. And if he don't, I'm going out there anyway. So it doesn't matter. I love Vegas. And we don't use that word lose 2 cents. When you go to Vegas, you don't say that word. That's a bad word. Spank your ass like a kid. In fact, nobody called out Gary for some reason. They scared of that smoke. Let me tell you something. These fighters don't want to fight pressure fighters. They don't want to fight pressure fighters who're going to be on your ass for 3 minutes a round. Who're going to be on your ass for 3 minutes a round. They don't want to fight them type of fighters. Why do you think Richardson Hitchins, I'm going to say it instead of saying Richard, Richardson Hitchins didn't want to fight Matias. He don't like pressure fighters. I've been telling y'all that. He rather be out there taking chances, jabbing and sticking and jabbing and countering and, angles and stuff like that. You seen what happened before Lemos. People thought he lost that fight. And Lemos is not Gary Antoine Russell or Sabrina Matias. So, but I give Richard Hitchins credit. He looked good. Stopped Kambosos with a body shot. People trying to realize how in the hell Kambosos beat Teofimo Lopez. Maybe Teo was telling the truth that he was sick. Go ahead, brings that educated pressure. Exactly. What do I always say in Unhinged? What do I always say? Control aggression. Control aggression. That's all you need. Gary Antoine is a control aggression fighter. Don't be going in there, jab queen, going in there trying to jump and dump and dab and jump and go swing for the fences and stuff like that. Nah. Control aggression. And get him up out of there. Eric Gomes and then the bill say, Bomb Squad, what's going on with the champ? You hit that like button, man. Come on up in here. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. How you doing, man? Tell me what you think about the fight. What did you think about the fight, Eric? And what's coming up? Who's next? Who should be next for Richard Hitchins? Devin, Teofimo, them the 2 he called out. So who should he fight next? But see, Devin always trying to trick the trade. Devin trying to say, oh, you coming up to 47. Nah, nigga, he ain't coming up to 47. No, he ain't coming up to 47. You do catchweight. You're a catchweight fighter. Not to get on top of it, who do you edge in the upcoming fight between USAC and DDG? Well, WD Production, you need to join members only, but I'm going to get an edge to my favorite fighter, not my favorite fighter, but my number 1 fighter in the world, my number 1 pound for pound fighter. I don't care if he's a heavyweight or not. USAC. That's what I give it to. USAC. Ain't nobody beating USAC. Dang, the boys is on the road, but he can't beat USAC. He can't beat him. You know, y'all join members only. The merch link is in the chat. Go get, in the description. So go check it out. Hitchins the real deal. Yeah, Hitchins. Well, we don't know yet. We can't say that because we know George Cambosa is not the real deal. You see what I'm saying? He was calling out George Cambosa, and people was like, well, people like me, like, why the hell they calling out George Cambosa? Ain't nobody want to see Richard Hitchins and George Cambosa. Why did you call out George Cambosa? When you got Gary Antoine, Teofimo Lopez, the Tears, there's a lot of fighters at 140 he could have fought besides a 30-pound, to me, a 130-pound fighter, George Cambosa. But, you know, it was smart. It was smart. You know what I mean? Jab Queen, it was smart. It was smart. Devin not going to fight somebody his size and age. He did. He did. And what happened? What happened? Ryan put them paws on him. Ryan put them paws on my man Pounder in the building. I hit the like button. I appreciate it. Pounder, Lou, do you still stand on Berto Prelude being the best at 140? Until somebody beat him. Until somebody beat him. But you know, my man is Gary Antoine, but I did, on that fight, who did I pick? See, I'm not biased. I'm from Washington, D.C. Gary Antoine from where? Washington, D.C. Who did I pick? Berto Prelude. Now in the rematch, I'm going with Gary Antoine. You know, you just gotta look at this stuff, man. In the rematch, I'm going with Gary Antoine. That's all. I think Gary Antoine, you know, he was going through things they say, but you know, we all do. Hitchins took out Cambosa like the real deal. Didn't struggle, didn't struggle at all. Devin did. Teo did. You know, Loma didn't. I've got the other guy named that they cheated him out. You know, but we got to get George Cambosa credit. George Cambosa's resume looking real good, even though he's losing. His resume looking real good. You know? You know what I mean? Oh, my man Will the Steele's in the building. What's up? Ryan put them paws on him, using drugs. Well, that's, you know, whatever you want to call it, he still put them paws on him. Monica's in the building. You know, but we're going to see, you know, who do you want to see him fight, Devin or Teo? Devin or Teo? BD doesn't stop Haney from ducking that dodging. Yeah, exactly. But you know, she don't like Ryan Garcia, so let her have her opinion. I'm not going back and forth with her. You know, it is what it is. But it's time for Richard Hitchins to step it up. He got the weak link, George Cambosa, out the way, who just moved up to 140. Y'all gotta watch the way some of these fighters move, man. That's y'all problem. Y'all don't watch the way some of these fighters move. Y'all ain't watch the way Keyshawn Davis moved when he brought down two fighters from 140 to 135 to fight him, and he was a bigger fighter. He bigger than all them dudes. Now he going up to a weight class that some of them want to be the same size. See, when you fight in your same weight division, you know, then we see how good you really are. When people taking them punches and bringing them back, that's how you can tell how good you really are. Brian Norman called Haney out too. Brian Norman mad at Boots. Boots and it's moving up to 54. If you guys don't know, Teofimo to fight to make against Hitchins. Okay, that's all. That's what I want to know. Y'all put that in the chat for me. Put it in the chat. What fight is it to make for Richard Hitchins, Devin or Teofimo? Salute. T, did you go to the fight? What's up, T? Teach is in the building. Haney McGill finest. Haney McGill's #1 fan. Teach is in the building. Norman's a joke. My man Darren Collins is in the building. Y'all hit the like button, man. Let me know what y'all think. Darren, what you thought about the fights this weekend? And what's next for Richard Hitchins? And then if you on Twitter, tell me what y'all think about Gary Antoine calling Richard Hitchins out. He said, I beat you 4 times in the amateurs. You don't want no payback? You don't want no payback? Ain't none of them dudes at 140 mentioning Gary Antoine Russell. Y'all don't even notice that, do y'all? Y'all just letting it go past y'all, huh? You know, y'all just letting it go past y'all. And none of them calling out Gary Antoine.
Do you have evidence of this?
You know? Probably T.O. Okay, T. Give me Devin and T.O. Always turn down money fights. Okay. 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 Uh-huh. I'm not watching no damn. I'm not watching no damn Devin. Bill Haney say he's gonna change his fighting style. Look, we both know why. Yeah, we do. We do know. Darn. Boots Anderson moving up to 154. He got to go up there and fight the best now. He got to fight the best. You know, he got to fight the best. Boxing dude in here that Gary the Boogeyman. Everybody coming in here saying that. Exactly. Exactly. You know, they seen the way that man put them paws on Ryo, boy. A focused Gary Antoine is a bad man, I'm telling y'all. A focused Gary Antoine Russell is a bad man. I don't think they want that smoke. Haney said they need a tune-up. Oh, okay. They need a tune-up. This big ass. Oh, okay. And who's the tune-up? Who's the tune-up, Darren? When in that time Antoine going to fight, he wasting his years. He just fought more. Goddamn. What you talking about? He just fought no more than 4 months ago. When did he fight Ryo? 4 months ago, right? 3 months ago. And now that you know, he got a mandatory from a Chinese dude. I don't know, it probably be on the Tank undercard. But Gary just fought 3 months ago. When was the Gary Antoine and Ryo fight, y'all? I think Gary is bad news for all them boys at 140. I would be very interested in the Prelude rematch. Gary reminds me of an old school fighter. He did not let one of the laws destroy him. Yeah, 1,000. I got to get this man a wrench. Let me get this man a wrench, man. Let me get my phone out. Let me get this man a wrench. I like the way he talk. See, when people talk real boxing, smart boxing, I get them wrenches, man. All that crazy stuff they be. I'm gonna start taking wrenches for people talking crazy stuff. That's what I need to do. You know, start taking wrenches. I'm not gonna give them back. That's what I'm gonna start doing. These people talking do craziness up in this joint. Let me get my man WD Production a wrench. You know. Yeah, man. So where is that? There you go, right there. There you go. Yeah, man. Gary got a fight coming. Yeah, he got a mandatory. Chinese guy. I've got the guy name. Rumor has it, Thurman or Lubin shaking my damn head. Thurman or Lubin for who? Boots hands? It'd probably be Lubin. I don't want him to beat my man Thurman up. Let's go, Lubin. Bill said Devin followed his game plan against Ramirez. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Oh, he damn sure did. He lost the decision. No, man. What you talking about, Mo? Mo, you smoking today? Gary just beat Ryo. He beat that man to death. 11 rounds to 1. He lost the decision to Prelude a year ago. Tears is Hitchins mandatory. Keep that in mind. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He ain't gonna fight Matias. They're gonna stay far away from Matias as possible. What you talking about, 2 cents? Dude's gonna get ducked at 155. Ain't nobody ducking no boots. You out your daggone mind. Them boys at 54 want all that smoke. I know you trolling, but them boys at right jab queen, them boys at 54 want all that smoke. You know, not a big fight. That's right. 54 got the big fights up there. Why would you Why would you be ducking somebody at 54? Ain't nobody ducking him. Nobody at all. That ain't happening. I'm glad he moving up. Yeah, he should have been moved up. He should have been moved up. Where my girl at? What's her name? Why You Mad Toya? I heard her voice for the first time today. He absolutely not going to get ducked. Fake narrative, scary ass Boots fans. Ain't nobody ducking no Boots in at 54. They all want that smoke. Believe me. That ain't none of them dudes going to duck them. You know, I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna be a good fight. If he fight Jamel Charlo, that's gonna be a good one. Oh, y'all want to see some smoke? That's gonna be some good. That'd be a good one. That'd be a real fight in Prelude. Yeah. Gary trying after this mandatory. Antoine trying to get the rematch of Prelude. So, but can y'all imagine Gary Antoine Russell and Sabrina Matias fight? That fight gonna take years on somebody. Good God Almighty. Mexican style. That will be Mexican style, y'all. Any big ass can officially move to 154, 147 since Boots gone. Yeah, he can't scare ass. Charlotte will beat the brakes off him. He probably will. That's my guy. So you wrenching up all the stragglers. I just like people who talk real boxing. I'm about to start taking wrenches away. I'm about to start taking wrenches away though. If you're talking bullshit, you're talking crazy stuff, and I think it don't help the channel, I'm taking them away. I'm taking wrenches away. So I can give them and I can take them. And when I take them, because you're not talking boxing, I don't want to see you crying.
What, are you gonna cry now? Come on, cry, baby, cry for me. Come on, cry.
Deep from the recesses of my brain, a tiny red-hot little flame began.
The quicker I give them, the quicker I can take them. Beat the brakes off them last time. You're right, 54 is a sharp tank for real. That kid, Xander Zayed, is fighting for a title in a couple weeks. And Bachman is set to defend against Lubin. I'm liking it. Yeah, Bachman going to beat the shit out of Lubin. You know, and Xander Zayed is just like Jaime McGill and Edgar Berlanga. I don't care if y'all like it. Xander Zayed is just like Jaime McGill and Edgar Berlanga. He one of the most overrated fighter in boxing mankind history. You heard that, HLD. I know you're listening. Xander Zayed is one of the biggest overhyped, overrated fighters in boxing mankind history, just like Jaime McGill and Edgar Berlanga. Yeah, you heard it here first, second, and third. Get out your feelings. Facts over feelings on the Rebuttal Entertainment. And yes, I have evidence of this. Go watch them fight. Go watch them fight. Go watch them fight. Who's fan mad because I was right about him not getting undisputed? These cats don't understand about, yeah, he wasn't going to get that. It would have been too many fights and too many different ways to go. He wasn't going, he was too damn big, man. I told him he going to do like maybe 1 or 2 fights at 47. He was done. Boots a big dude, man. Nicky J is in the building. Hey, Nicky J, I hope you ain't talking about my friend. No, I'm just talking about anybody in general, Nicky J, including you and your bum Lakers. And your side Houston Texans. How about that? Don't get me started. Lubin about to get smashed. Lubin didn't look sharp at all. And he looked like some trash. He looked like some trash, man. Bachman going to put that kid. Bachman might make his face look worse than the Tower Inferno did. You know what I mean? Well, ain't nobody getting no heat yet. And when they get a heat, I get out of the kitchen. Where you was at when I was in Texas? Yeah, you ain't show up because you ain't want this smoke. Yeah, Zayed's improvement every fight, in my opinion. He looking all right, but he ain't ready. He ain't ready like everybody else saying. I was hoping and praying Xander Zayed was going to fight the Tower Inferno. I was hoping and praying they made that fight, you guys. Oh boy, I wanted to see that man get paws put on him. I'm tired of these dudes. You guys in the audience, 2 cents included. I like adding her name. Overhyping these fighters. Y'all gotta stop overhyping these fighters, man. You know, you gotta stop it. You gotta stop it, man. Every fighter, y'all gotta stop overhyping. Until they get in the ring with somebody, then you can start putting their name out there. Zayas ain't been in the ring with nobody. Oh, I gave him the eye test. He looked real good. I gave him the eye test. Okay. But the other dude name that I got on him about Darren Conley, oh, I told y'all he was a bum, and look what happened. But y'all said he was like that too. Y'all gotta stop this stuff, man. You know, just because you like a fighter, that don't mean he's the best in the business. He's just your favorite fighter. You know, how it come Newton became first place? Because your boy Bud ducked him and went to fight Canelo. That's how. That's how. You asking, I'm telling you. Bud ain't want that smoke, so he wouldn't get the payday. You know, Bud didn't want that smoke, so he went and got the payday, man. You know what?
You won the bet with no money.
Okay, a lot of people.
Who are fighting?
Yeah, come. Your mom, bro.
Hey, horrible fighter.
Payday. You want payday? I know that.
What's your mouth? When I see you was on.
Yeah. I see your side. Yeah, man.
I keep telling y'all, English-speaking Canelo is the best thing in the world, y'all. If y'all haven't seen Canelo on Big Boy TV, when Big Boy had him cursing, oh my God, it's so hilarious, man. It's so hilarious, man. But the link is in the chat if somebody want to come on for a minute. Jab Queen, you want to come on for a minute? Hit the link. You know, let's talk a little bit about what happened this weekend and what's next in the future. I want to see Richard Hitchins fight Teofimo Lopez. That's what I want to see him fight. You know, that's what I want to see him fight. No, you can't go now. You got to wait. Who do you think is one of the best at 54? The best at 54, to me, and this is just my opinion, people keep getting on me, the best fighter at 54 is Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo. Ain't nobody beat him. Ain't nobody beat him for his titles. Ain't nobody beat him. Who beat Jermell Charlo at 54? He's still the champ till somebody beat him at 54. That's just my opinion. You know, until somebody beat him, he's still the best fighter at 54. That's just my opinion. Then it can be Bachman. It can be Virgil Ortiz. You know, it can be a lot of people. It can be a lot of people. Look at the little cutie on duty. Hey, girl. Jack Queen, what's going on?
Sorry, I had to mute my YouTube. What's going on, Lou? Happy belated Father's Day to you and all the fathers in the chat.
Thank you, darling. What's going on? You enjoy the fight?
You know what? They were okay. They were not the cat's meow, but I did enjoy watching them. So we could start with, I guess, Zay Quinn, Shakur's little cousin. First of all, I don't know if his opponent had like a nervous twitch. Did you see him going up, down, up, down, up, down? Like he was like breakdancing or something. I don't know what happened.
He looked like Tevin Farmer.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with all of that. But Zay Quinn, he threw some nice body shots. He looks like he may be kind of strong, but I got to see more of him. And as his competition increases, then, you know, I'll be able to give better assessments. But he seemed calm. He seemed pretty quick. You know, he got a nice little jab on him. Like I said, his opponent, I don't know if they picked him up after work or what happened, but that he wasn't hitting on nothing anyway. I don't think he was really. I guess he just was there to make him look good.
Jack Quinn, Is this true?
What?
He said Jag Queen was cooking. What Bill Haney was on? The Bossa voice? A Haney voice?
Yeah, he was up there. We had us a little sparring session. It wasn't that big of a deal.
What'd you say to him? Give me one sentence that you say to him. What'd you say?
Well, only thing I told him, I kept asking him for a name off that list that he wanted to fight. I mean, a realistic name, because as we know, that list had, different weight classes up and down it. So I just asked him to select a name off the list. And of course, in Bill Haney fashion, he just couldn't do it. So I just said, to hell with it. I ain't got time to argue with Bill all day long.
Yeah, I know Bill gonna jump around. Oh, thanks, Ryan Frazier, for subscribing to the channel. You here on the best channel on YouTube that people steal the content, but it is what it is. Oh, I wish I was on there. I don't go on none of these channels, man. The Bossa Boys, I used to listen to him, but they done turned to the Haney voice, and I'm done. I can't do it no more.
Yeah, he's who he is, but the heavyweight guy, what was his name? Telemino.
Yeah,
What's his name? Yeah, whatever. He that fight, I don't know what they put that on that card for. The other guy, who was it? Whittlefield, whatever his name was. He was trash. He went down like nothing. But Andy Cruz, I like that fight.
Now, what did I tell y'all about Andy Cruz? Andy Cruz getting better and better. They better fight him now.
Yeah, Andy Cruz he's doing good, and he got who was that? That's Boots' father in his corner, wasn't it?
Yeah, Bosey's the new trainer. Mm-hmm.
Bosey in his corner. Yeah, you could definitely see it, but he was good, man. Nice jabs, nice body shot, decent head movement. He did good, man. He did good. Put that boy down. What was it? 4 rounds? Knocked him down twice in the third. So. He definitely is a force to be messing with. And he keep trolling Keyshawn. So I hope Keyshawn go ahead and make that fight soon.
He ain't gonna do that. That's his daddy. He ain't gonna fight his daddy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But Hitchins was good too. Hitchins, he whooped them out, man. He whooped Kambosos out as he should. But when I was over there earlier on the Boxing Voice, they were saying how Kambosos is old, he washed, da-da-da. I said, look at them trying to take this boy credit from him.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but let me say this to you guys. I know y'all ain't quick on the draw like me. So I heard some of it because it popped up on Twitter, some of the stuff he was saying, right? Mm-hmm. And when that said Kambosos is old and stuff like that, the first thing, if I was on the mic, the first thing I would have said, Lomachenko was old, Lenore was old, Richard, what's my name? Regis Prograis was old. See, I would have counted him so quick he couldn't have said nothing. Because them 3 are Devin Haney opponents. All of them was over 30 and old.
I say that all the time. Devin Haney shops at the senior department of Box Rec, but that's neither here nor there.
You got to count on him when he do all that bullshit. That's
all. I wasn't up there yet. I was in the back still waiting to come on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, no, some of them other guys up there, they was getting with Bill Haney. He was in his feelings. They was getting with him. But Richardson Hitchins, I think he did a good job, and he put him down in 8, what Devin couldn't do in 24 rounds. So I was fine with that. Next for Richardson Hitchins, if it ain't gonna be Devin, then it does need to be Teofimo. You saw Teo looking scared? Teo act like he was scared to get in that ring. You saw him?
I'm starting to think something is wrong with Teofimo Lopez. It's like he don't want to fight nobody.
He don't want to fight the guys he calls out. I'll say that.
The Claggins of the world, all these people, I think he's really afraid to lose. He do all that calling out. That's one thing I don't do in this show. When they do all that call, ignore that shit. It's just all for publicity. All of them. It's just for publicity.
Yeah, he's not going to fight anybody that he calls out. So I don't know why he continues to do that. But yeah, he looked scared to get in that ring with Richardson Hitchins. And then he got up there hugging him. I said, look at him. And I said that before. I said, look at him hugging Richardson Hitchins, and Devin act like he wanted to hug Rolly. They done beat up their schoolyard bullies. Now they happy with him. Because Kambosos beat Teofimo half dead. And we saw what Ryan did to Devin. He got up and gave Rolly a pound. He was cheesing and happy. And last night, Saturday, Teo looked so happy that I guess Hitchins did what he couldn't.
Yeah.
That was sad.
Yeah. And that's the sharpest I've seen Richard Hitchins, but we can't give him too much credit because it was George Kambosos.
Yeah,
we can't give him credit, but we can give him something the rest of them didn't do. I don't care how long it was. Loma just did it in 9th or 10th round. Richard Hitchins did it earlier. Devin didn't do it. Teofimo didn't do it.
Yep. Yeah, Teofimo, he got beat half dead. But Devin took 24 rounds, couldn't do it. I don't think he even knocked him down in that fight, did he?
Nope, not at all.
Not in either one of those fights, right?
Nope, not at
all. I didn't think so either, but that was that card. It was pretty decent. Did you see that they actually officially ordered Abdullah versus Sam Noakes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I wonder if it's going to be in Japan or if they're going to give him a hometown fight. What you think?
I don't know. They probably give him a hometown fight. You know, I'm not taking my young champion over there.
Yeah.
That's how I am, man. But, you know, one thing about Top Rank, their fighters get title shots real early. Keyshawn, Loma, you know, they keep going on and on and on.
Well, he don't really have a lot of stars over there, so he really didn't have a choice.
Yeah. Thanks, Joaquin, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. My man, Son of God, is in the building. Say, my man is happy late Mother's Day to Mel and oh my God, they're gonna get you, boy. Jam Queen, don't talk about HLD now that he's in here. Sorry, let me stop.
What?
I'm messing with you.
I'm about to say, I don't even know who that is. No, but so I mean, Tio looks scared, but I mean, they're with the same manager, aren't they both with what's his name, Conway or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be an easy fight for them to make.
Yep, 1,000%. 1,000%. But since HLD is in here, that's his favorite fighter, Teofimo Lopez. And I just think something is wrong with Tio. I think he do it, but HL come in here hollering and screaming, making all the excuses in the world for him. See, we don't make up excuses on this show. But he'll make an excuse for Tio. Oh, nah, Tio trying. Nah. No, he ain't fighting Devin. He ain't fighting Boots. Who are you going to fight?
I think that's a perfect fight for both of them. I mean, Devin and Tio were on the same card, so they pretty much obviously have the same schedule or can be put on the same schedule without any type of issue. I guess the money was the issue. That's what Tio said anyway, that the money was the issue, or the contract that Turkey gave, and then he said something different. So who knows? I just remember the same sort of situation happening when they were both at 135, and now it's happening again. So who knows?
Frank Warren said he's trying to get it in the UK. You know what? I wouldn't mind the fight in the UK. I wouldn't mind it. But that'd be up to Abdullah Mason. You know, because the UK, you got to experience that crowd.
Yeah, he could build his fan base, because I'm sure he already has his home fan base in the bag, you know?
I'm going to put you on the spot. How would a Devin Haney and Richard Hitchins fight go?
That's a good question. I honestly been thinking about that all day since I was talking to Bill earlier, because as you know, he put an honorable mention of Richardson Hitchins since he said the FU to them. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I don't really know. I mean, it's a snooze fest for sure, but I don't know. They both got pretty good jabs. I think that Devin may be a little more durable. But I don't know. I would love to see that fight, though. I really don't know if he pressures Richardson Hitchins, because I don't think Richardson Hitchins likes pressure. Yeah, exactly. But then again, Devin is like shell shocked, like based on his last fight. So, I don't know if he's gonna be gun shy or not. So that would be a pretty good fight. Like I said, it's gonna be a snore fest. You can believe that. Are we gonna be like this? I'm trying to tell you, like how we saw Crawford in that Shakur last fight sleep with his head up and is snoring. You know, it's gonna be one of them things. But that definitely will be a good fight. I honestly can't tell you who will win, because, like I said, neither one of them I don't think is really punching, and they would fight each other cautious. And like I said, Devin's was a little gun shy based on his performance against Ramirez, but I mean, Hitchins looked kind of strong last night, you know. So Saturday. So who knows? But let me bring you down against George Kambosos. You know, that's true. But still, he did what Devin couldn't in 24 rounds. He looked good. But I'm trying to think. How long do y'all think Richard Hitchins going to be at 140? Because he's gone. He took first of all, he took 3 tries on that scale and had to get butt naked. So he need to be moving up soon. Devin challenged him at 147. So who knows? Devin doing that to get out the fight, because we know Devin is the catchweight king now. He ain't fought at 147 yet. That's what I said, Lou. But how was he ranked at? What is he, number one? At that 147?
Because Mauricio Suleiman's his stepdad. That's how the WBC. Mauricio's his stepdad.
So you saying the envelope boys outside? That's what you're saying? You saying the envelope?
Of course. I tell everybody, if you listen to me and y'all go on these channels, just sanctioning bodies runs boxing. They can take a number 9 fighter, move him up number 1. What you gonna do? Yeah. Ain't nothing nobody can do. Yeah. You know, so that's how he got it. But he ain't gonna fight.
Don't make no sense. But that's what I'm saying. But you know what? I don't know, Lou. Now that Boots is gone, he might think the coast is clear and go on up to 147.
The coast is clear. I don't think Devin can beat Brian Norman.
I don't think so either.
And he'll have a problem with Mario Barrios.
Oh, hell yeah, for sure. But he might could fight Rolly. He might could do something with Rolly.
Oh, he ain't fighting Rolly. He ain't fighting no punches. He'll outbox Rolly, but that'll be another snore fest because Rolly be chasing that nigga forever. You know, Rolly will be chasing that nigga forever. I'm telling you, too many people gonna fight Rolly. Rolly punch too hard.
Yeah, that's what Tank said. But then that's the thing though. If he stays in the middle, he's always gonna either be bringing somebody up or bringing somebody down. Because doesn't Teo still campaign at 140?
Yes.
So yeah, the catchweight king. That's what I said. Devin, the catchweight king, Haney. You know,
it's gonna be about 144, 145. I guarantee you. And it ain't gonna be for his belt. So it ain't gonna be for no belt. It's just gonna be a fight.
Yeah, and that's another thing I was saying to Bill, because he kept saying Tank and Shakur, and I was like, they're both champions at 135. Is Devin going down? He told me, no, they need to come up. Your son is not really a draw like that, and he ain't got no belt. What reason would they have to come up to 147 just to fight him? Exactly.
You know, Devin ain't a draw. Devin ain't a draw. Shakur ain't a draw, man. Only at home.
Yeah, and they didn't fight at 135. I mean, it was a bogus contract, but they had an opportunity to fight at 135.
WD said, I'd rather brush my teeth with battery acid than to watch Hitchins versus Haney.
Damn.
God damn. These people funny. There you go. HLD say, finally, rebuttal with some beauty on the panel. Oh, yeah, she's a beautiful. This is my first time seeing her. She's a beautiful young lady, you know. Y'all can't shoot your shot. Don't shoot your shot on my channel, because she don't want none of y'all niggas.
Nah, but I mean, if that fight with Teo gets made, you're right. It would be probably at a catchweight, like 145. For whatever reason, Devin does not want to officially campaign at 147. So, I mean, everyone he fights is either going to be coming up or coming down to fight him.
Yeah. Two cents that Bill just talking. They're exposed now. Exactly, they're exposed. You know, it's up. Now I can change my weight. That man, I ain't never seen the dude. He's begging Turkey and Teofimo Lopez for a fight. He's begging him.
He is, and Teofimo's father, Teofimo Sr., told him the other day, you need to change your strategy. Your son can't be running. And he said, okay, we're going to change our strategy.
They say that now until you get him up in there.
Mm-hmm.
And they change it. But then, okay, now, Richard Hitchins, Teofimo. How'd that go?
Teofimo ain't been really punching since he was at like 130, 130. He ain't really been knocking shit out. Maybe 135, but like the beginning of when he got there. So that fight to me, how tall is Teo? Teo shorter than Hitchins?
Hell yeah, Teofimo like 5'6", maybe. He's a little bit taller than Tank, maybe 5'6".
Teo, his footwork sometimes is sloppy. He tends to like punch over his knees. That's too much for me sometimes. That's why he always end up falling into his damn opponents and stuff. But if Hitchison just keep him at the end of that jab, I think Hitchins could probably outbox him. Now, if they get into a little scuffle, I really don't know, because again, I don't think Hitchins got no real power. Teofimo power didn't seem to carry up. So who knows? But probably Hitchins, because of that jab. He got an impeccable jab, man. He was jabbing the shit out of Kambosos. But again, you said it's against Kambosos. And since we don't do triangle theories, who knows, you know? Yeah, but
if Teo had Richard Hitchins with some of them punches that George caught him with, you know, it might be a problem. It might be a problem. Now, HLD, before you come on here, turn that mic down and don't be over talking Jab Queen. You know?
Oh no, he coming to attack me. Oh no.
No, he ain't coming to attack you.
Sweetie, if I'm coming to attack you, it won't be like that.
Oh,
how you
God.
doing?
Hey, how you doing, Jab Queen? I've seen her. You have your own channel, don't you, Jab Queen?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen you on your thing a few days ago. I did. I know. I heard you.
Okay.
She knows her thing. She knows her boxing.
Yeah. She just gotta be a little quicker on the draw. A little bit quicker on the draw. With Bill trying to.
I told you it wasn't my turn up yet. I was backstage.
Oh yeah, you was. I keep forgetting. See, I'm fired up with these dudes that be saying they know boxing. They let Bill just talk to them like shit, and they really ain't got no boxing knowledge. You know, all that. Devin, you know, they ain't do it like Devin did. Devin did Richard fought him 3 years. Yeah, okay, Richard, Devin, like I said, Devin fought. He fought Linares. He fought Loma. He fought what's my guy name?
But Linares ain't won since, has he?
Linares retired now. You know what I mean?
Neither has Cambosos after Teofimo's war.
So, then when Bill tried to put up Devin, that's how you down Devin. That's all.
Oh, you had a little battle with Bill?
Yeah, on the Boxing Voice this morning, he was up there with, you know, if you ask me, he was up there trying to steal Richardson, Hitchins shine. You know, trying to downplay Cambosos after bigging him up at the press conference. Bill all over the place with him.
You gotta cut him right at you gotta cut his legs off right off the bat. When you talk to Bill, you ain't no and excuse the language, guy. I know it's the first time here, but you ain't no bullshit with. But you just gotta cut him right at the knees, and don't let him get on that bullshit circle ride. I mean, that's why you don't like fucking with me for those reasons.
Yeah,
because of that.
Check out my video. I definitely didn't let his ass wiggle about or nothing.
Exactly.
And he got so frustrated.
His thing is,
he kept trying to throw different things at me, trying to figure out who my favorite fighter was so he could throw that on there. But I wasn't letting him get away from the question, and he was getting upset.
Oh yeah, he'll ask all the little questions to try to find out where he can get you at with a weakness, and then change the subject.
Yeah, don't let him overtalk you.
Yeah, he tried to change the subject.
It's gonna be a minute. As far as what's going on with Hitchins, it's gonna be a minute before we even know what goes on with that young man, because you know he obviously let the cat out of the bag. I think very prematurely. You know, on fight night that he's a free agent instead of first sitting down with Eddie and hey, right, let's see, hey, contract's over. What you got for me? Where we gonna go from there, right? And he kind of ruffles feathers with that, but he's got to first find out who's he gonna sign with, because until then there's no fight next for him until then.
Well, so I get that, but that's what I was saying. Like a realistic fight for Hitchins would be Teo, because they're with the same manager, aren't they?
Yeah, you would think that would make it the next easiest way to make a fight. But when you're the manager of two champions, the two top champions, especially of a division,
you don't want them to get together.
You don't want them fighting against each other. You want them to make money against other people.
Yeah, that's how it be. But
sometimes because then you take one off the chessboard. Okay,
yeah, that's what they do.
It's up to them if they really, really, really want it, and he gonna keep trying to talk them out of it. But
it would be up to someone with a big bag to get them in there. And to convince the manager, because as you saw, the manager's playing snakish with. I mean, he's good at what he does, but at the same time, in business, you know, everybody's got to eat somewhat, and you can't be out for yourself trying to cut the middleman out. You do that in the streets, what happens? You're gonna get your head blown off. So it's the same thing here with this situation. They're trying to cut Eddie Hearn off the table and go directly to the source, which is Turkey. But then Turkey came out yesterday in Coppinger and told him that he ain't dealing with Hitchins unless he's with Matchroom.
Yeah,
so
that's corny, but I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn, he invested a lot of money into Hitchins. I don't know if you heard what he said about Hitchins. I thought that was like a little diss. Like, he shouldn't have said that. He was like, oh, when I met this kid, his door was falling off of his car. Like Eddie.
Yeah, I heard the interview. Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't had nothing. He was laying Tank Drew.
Well, that
basically took care of him.
In business, you can't bite the hand that feeds you. It doesn't mean that you bow down to it, but you got to know how to play the politics of it. And so if this man invested so much in you, and you out of your mouth are saying, hey, you know, I was nothing until I got to Eddie, then, you know, you pay the man his respects.
Well, he apologized, man. You know, sometimes we got to remember these guys still kids. They really ain't really.
Well, yeah, he was listening to Connolly. Yeah. Because I think Berlanga did the same damn thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But they thought they were going to be able to play the same game twice, and it backfired. So we got to wait to what happens next with Hitchins and his promotional.
Yeah, he ain't got number 2 place, and he is not going to Golden Boy.
Right.
Yeah, I saw Oscar putting his bid in like a.
You know what? You saying it? Oscar said, "Come on over, champ." Nah, man, everybody going to mess with Oscar.
He looked desperate with that. I was like, "Damn, Oscar."
And yeah, I mean, HLD, what you thought about the fight?
Look, it was a great performance by Hitchins. It was a great performance versus an ass-washed pigeon fighter. So, you know, that's what it is. What he did well. I'm not taking on, but like I just said a few minutes ago, Kambosos has not won a fight since his war since Teo. Has not won a fight, even the gifted ones. So, you know, it was, but he did what he had to do, and he looked good. He did look good. I like the way he looked, which motivated me to say, okay, now I want to see the Teo and Hitchins fight. Mm-hmm. You know, I would want to see that. There's momentum behind this fight now, but he did good. I think he did. I mean, what he did what he was supposed to do, and I could appreciate that. I could appreciate that.
See, that's the thing, though. Everybody keeps saying that he did what he's supposed to do. And I'm not talking about you in general. I'm just saying the other people that I hear, like the sentiment, they say he did what he was supposed to do, which was put him down. But then, so what do we say about Devin? Devin had 24 rounds to do that.
Well, that's my point. He did better than Devin. Devin couldn't even give Kambosos a bloody nose.
Oh man! So
Devin broke the clinch record with 58 clinches in a fight with Kambosos.
Yeah. So Dab Queen, did you answer my question about when I asked you what you think about what Gary Antoine Russell said today?
You didn't ask me that question.
What do you think about what Gary Antoine Russell said today?
I didn't see what he said. What did he say?
No, neither did I. Where can I see it? Was it an interview or a tweet?
No, it's on Twitter. Richard Hitchins. See, people ain't know this. I beat you 4 times in the amateurs.
Oh, you did tell me that, yeah.
And you're not calling my name out. Why?
Well, we know why.
You know, it's on Twitter.
Bro, he's like his brother, man. Nobody talks about the Russells because they fight once every 4 years, and you know they're not enthusiastic about fighting.
Narrative because he just fought 3 months ago.
You know, but you know what I'm saying. They're okay with fighting once a year.
He's a champion. We're going to kill all your narratives today. He's a champion.
Yeah, well.
So we know you don't like him, but we're going to
No, stop that. I don't like him. That'll be cat.
You don't like him? Why you don't like him, HLD? Why you don't like him?
No. That's Cap that he said I don't like him.
Lopez, because he loves
That's Cap saying that he's a good. I've talked to Twizzy himself, and he knows where I stand on him. I just also told him what I just said. You need to fight more often. You have stunted your growth as a boxer for not fighting enough.
Well, that's the past. He just fought twice in a year and a half. So that's good. Some fighters don't even do that. You know what I mean? So answer the question. I don't want to hear about the past and none of that shit. Why Richard Hitchins not calling that man name out? The man beats not just Richard Hitchins, nobody.
Well, obviously, it's because they're scared. They saw his last performance against Rayo, where he beat Rayo half dead. So I mean, they see the writing on the wall. He's very scrappy. So
yes, he is.
They want that type of smoke, you know, especially because that was mentioned too. That was like glossed over to your point, Lou. When some of the guys were asking Bill some questions, you know, and he kind of glossed over it too. I suspect none of those guys want that smoke, and I don't think Teo does either. Didn't he say they
Teo don't want it?
Gary and Teo don't want each other's smoke, man. They're like family.
Okay.
So, and I'm not saying that they won't fight each other, but they're not gonna heat seek each other. That's what I'm gonna say. They're not gonna heat seek. But if the money's there, I'm sure they'll fight. But they're not. they grew up together. I mean, what can I say?
In my opinion, like I said, Richard Hitchins don't like pressure fighters. Some people say he lost to how do you pronounce it? Lemos.
Lemos.
Yeah, I kind of did too.
I said forever. He's scared to death of Sabril Matias.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He don't want that smoke for some reason.
Well, he's kind of stuck because that IBF 10-pound rehydration's got him tight right now because it's either he fights a unification to avoid the next 10-pound rehydration rule, or he's gonna do it again because he looked like, bro, his skin was like super dry tight for that weigh-in.
Yeah, and he had to get on the scale 3 times and take his underwear off.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he had to weigh in 3 times and he had to get naked. They had to bring out.
Oh, he done.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to do that Teofimo fight. Or he's gonna have to go up to 140, whatever 145 division. The Tom and Haney got.
Exactly. You know, I look right through all this stuff, man. A lot of these dudes kill themselves trying to make weight because they know what's gonna happen when you move up. You know, I got 2 sexy women on the panel. HLD, don't get jealous. Don't get jealous.
Hey.
What's going on? What up, Lou?
What's up?
HLD.
Oh, that's 2 cents.
HLD. Tio got it up.
Tio, Boots has got to get it together. He should have signed the most lucrative offer.
Tio is, man, stop it. Listen, this is the thing, right? I don't know why y'all think Tio finna fight Boots. That fight don't even make sense.
The offer's on the table. Simple as that.
Times 10. That Boots fight don't even make logical sense.
The offer's on the table. Yeah, it makes sense.
No, that's what I wanted to say too about the whole. They grew up together. They did all these boxers for the most part grow up together. Yeah. And if they all make it pro, and then they're all around the same weight classes and they're all near the same level, what the hell?
Well, I agree with you. He will fight Tio. He said
he will fight him.
Exactly.
But the money's got to be right.
Man, what does that even mean? Because you're telling me that Tio never made $1 million, but he turned down $11 million? Get out.
That's not true. If you believe that sarcasm, that Tio's never made $1 million, then I'm gonna have to ask you to revise it.
That ain't a rumor. He said
if you cannot understand sarcasm.
Tio and Nicole Stevenson made the same amount of money when they were that top rank. When Shakur was that top rank, $2.5 million.
Yeah, but he was offered the same amount of money to fight Boots as he was to fight Devin, wasn't he?
No, they cut when they offered him the Haney fight. They dropped the $11 million to 5.5, and he was pissed off about it, which is why he came out with the whole dictator stuff, which was wrong. I think it was very wrong. But because in the business world, you just don't do that, especially to a man of that power. And I'm talking about not only in money power, but in just Google Turkey out of Sheik and you'll understand.
Oh, trust me, we know. And if you catch that Punk Drunk interview when he said, what did he say? I don't want that smoke for myself or my family. I caught that.
Exactly.
I caught that.
Exactly, because all you got to do is Google the man's name and see. I don't. You got just a little hint. You guys remember a reporter going into the embassy
I remember that.
and never coming out. Guess who was in that building?
Lil Tutu. I know.
Okay, that's all we got to say. So he was wrong with that. So anyway.
No, he wasn't wrong with that, y'all. Tio's not wrong. Turkey is the one that's wrong.
No. He's wrong with saying what he said.
No, he's not wrong.
No, you don't do that because what you do is look. I don't know how you guys deal with business, but you deal with the person. Look, man, this is wrong. This is this. They give him a take it or leave it deal, but you got to understand it was not Turkey directly himself. It's Silas. That's the promoter for Turkey who gave him the offer like that. Even though Turkey supersedes, that's the top guy.
Doesn't he have to get the numbers to offer from Turkey?
I think Silas does all the business for it on behalf of Turkey. And because they screwed him over on May 2nd and May 3rd, they did screw Riyadh season with these shitty with what Haney did and with what Skull did. They just stole the bag basically.
Do you have evidence of this?
Yeah, they ran. Yeah, they ran. That's stealing the bag. And so they're tightening up the belts now to not want to just give out this free money because they know that what's going on. They're taking advantage. Unfortunately, Teal paid the price for that. And so they dropped it down to 5.5. Teal went crazy. They and said the dictator. They still kind of they brought it to about $8 million, to my understanding. But by that time, Teal was like, "No, man, we have a contract. We signed the contract, honor it."
You gotta watch them out. Sometimes you gotta.
But you have to.
But
that's besides the breaking of the contract.
And
if I sign a contract with you,
wait a minute. If you're going over there in Saudi Arabia, you gotta watch them out.
Oh, absolutely.
Them dudes.
You ain't gotta only watch that too. You gotta watch a whole bunch of shit.
Exactly. So T.O. was wrong about that. He needed to apologize. Because they will bury your ass over there.
But I don't blame him for not wanting to fight over there after he said that. I don't blame him for not wanting to fight over there after he said that. Because he knows what time it is.
It seems to be a pattern of Turkey promising. This is my issue with it. It's like, it seems to be a pattern of Turkey saying one thing and then something happening and it's like, oh, well, no, I'm not going to give you. Like, y'all don't understand. That's manipulation, y'all.
Yep.
That's manipulation and y'all not seeing it. And people keep wanting to hide behind the guise of, oh, he doing the money. Oh, well, they said if you do this and then you got to do that. And it like the carrot in front of the horse pulling the string. Like that, they're being manipulated, y'all.
And I want to know exactly how much of a bag does he really have? Because a lot of these guys, T.O. wasn't the first one. It was Shakur, it was Rolly, and then it was T.O. that said something about the money. So how much money does Turkey really have?
And what about the guy that started the GoFundMe? Who was that?
Oh yeah, that was it wasn't Carlos Adames. It was the heavyset guy. Oh my God!
Really? There's another heavyweight out there
that sold his car or something like that, or was robbing somebody or something like that too.
Oh no, that's a whole nother person. That's Big Baby that was robbing.
You're talking about Little Baby Miller, Little Baby Anderson.
Now what they did to Rolly was they didn't even pay for his hotel.
Yeah, they didn't put his deposit either. He said that
got nothing. He had to do that on his own credit card.
Yeah, that shit not cool.
He said they didn't put his deposit in there, his 5% or whatever. He said that wasn't in his bank account either.
But I also wonder if the Rolly story has to do with his management cutting him short, and because there's people in between.
Yeah, HLD, these can't be coincidences. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not saying that there isn't, because the Shakur one is for sure. He was pissed off that they offered him one thing and then they turned it around and did another. And Teal was happy, bro. Teal, yeah, I'm gonna fight Boots next. Yes, let's go. I'm getting paid $11 million.
Look, this is what they do. They lure you over there, right? And they say, like Tio, let's give Tio for example. Tio, we're gonna pay you $11 million to fight Boots after you do this fight, right? So you do this fight, you get paid whatever you get paid. With that type of thing, they can just say anything why they're not gonna pay you what they promised you after you do the one fight you've already said you was gonna do, right? They could have been like, T.O., let's say Boots took the fight, and they would have been like, well, T.O., you ain't performed good enough, you ain't win enough rounds, we're gonna pay you this now instead of this. They will always have that option to be able to make a change based off of something else, because they're giving you another fight before the big fight of the money that they promised you.
At least I'm glad to hear you ladies are understanding where he was at in his situation with context.
You know where they ain't got a problem with that stuff at HLD? PBC.
Where at?
Big up to Al Heyman and
money
PBC,
manipulation. You get what you get, you told what you told, and let's go fight. That's it. But this dude is going to keep doing. He wants you to kiss the ring, kiss the dirty ass feet and them ugly ass sandals he wear, and hold his hand. You know? He wants you to bow to him.
And he wants you to fight the way he wants you to fight.
Yeah.
They about to make that ring super small.
Hey, I'm telling y'all, this is getting worse and worse, y'all.
They're going to make that door like jail, 8 by 8.
We'll be fighting in a 10 by 10.
I have no problems with the 18 by 18 at all. I have zero problems with it.
You're not a fighter though.
I'm more of a wrestler, if you will.
Do you affect Shakur's performance? Because I know he came out and said something about
that's what I was just about to say. You heard what he said. Shakur said, that's not going to stop me.
Of course he said that.
I say, but did I call it, you guys? Or did I? See, y'all got to listen. Didn't I say Terrence Bud Crawford? was going to say something to Turkey about that running stuff because when he fight Canelo, he's going to be on the back foot.
Oh, what'd he say? I ain't hear nothing.
He checked Turkey about the running boxer.
Hey, Bud for months has been backing up. Yo, this is the sweet science of Dick, and not give it when he's never fought that way. Like no, he's a fighter. Let's call it that. He is not a slick boxer. He is not a back foot boxer. He's not a going around all four corners boxer. He's a come, I'm gonna knock you off your block type of boxer.
I gotta ask the panel because this dude supposed to be my little brother. He don't call me, he don't answer the phone, and he gonna overtalk everybody. He want to get on the panel. Y'all know who it is. Mr. Respectfully. And this the last person getting on the panel because I don't want what's called talking about me.
Man, I ain't gonna even say nothing.
I don't want Southpaw talking about the panel and people where we ain't hollering on this panel. Dub right side, my guy, what's up?
What up,
Blue? What up, 2 Cent? Shout out to my sister Jab in the building, man. Shout out to HLD. Much love to everybody, man.
You out of order.
Won't be the first or the last time. Won't be the first or the last time.
Oh man. But yeah, I told you. I just be envisioning this shit. I know Crawford's gonna say something because his plan is to move a lot when he fight Canelo, and Turkey don't want that to happen.
Turkey just put him in a trick bag.
Yeah, but it's gonna happen anyway. Then they're gonna be like, Lou, who has he fought? He ran. He gonna run this time. Believe it or not, he ain't gonna stay there and bang because we do his death sentence. That's why y'all see who he's training with now. You didn't see the video?
No, I haven't.
With boots? You talking about Canelo?
Nobody care about this fight, Lou.
Crawford is training with Dimitri Bivol, but that can't help him.
He don't got the legs of Dimitri Bivol.
Exactly. Or the power, or none of that.
I'm finna say that's not gonna help him. Dimitri,
what's going on, Dub?
Man,
Dimitri Bivol.
I don't know what, but look, and I'm rooting for Bud. Man, don't go in there and get knocked out, man. Hey, you better look. All that running that Turkey talking about. Well, you gonna be on the back foot and you gonna be moving around that ring. We ain't seen Bud move like that in a long time, but we gonna see it this fight. That's exactly what we gonna see. Charlo is standing there, and he'll stand right in front of you, and Charlo end up on the back foot, shuffling around the ring out there. So I'm just saying, Canelo, that man got power.
Yeah.
Once he got it.
I don't think any of his fans are realistic when they analyze this fight because I've asked a couple of them, and I've even heard somebody say that Bud is gonna knock Canelo out. So,
on this channel, wait a minute. On this channel now, this is the most unrealistic Bud fans in the United States of American history on this channel. You know, and Darren Collins.
You know what Bud is saying right now to his new baby mama? You know what Bud is saying to his new baby mama? He's like in Rocky 1. He's like, I just want to make it. I just want to make it 12 rounds. I just want to make it 12 rounds.
And she out there yelling like Adrian.
Right? So they say they're shrinking the ring so that the pressure fighter can have a quote unquote an advantage over the mover, so the boxer can't move as much. So people are saying, well, it's not gonna make a difference. They say it's not gonna make a difference, it's not gonna do nothing. So if I have a skillful, because they say if it's a skillful boxer, a smaller ring not gonna matter. So if I have a skillful boxer and a skillful pressure fighter, where does that leave everybody? Are we back where we started?
Well, not if you got 2 feet less, because at least you're not running that much farther.
But they're just going to the tighter circle, though. A good boxer just gonna box in the tighter circle, so you're not necessarily gonna stop them from moving, unless
the ring size should be standard. All this picking and choosing ring sizes so you can move more or less, give this person it should be standard. There should be a standard ring size to take all the nonsense out of this.
I agree. Just make 18 by 18 the standard size. I'm good with that.
I'm with you.
I say make it same size as jail. You can't run, Jab Queen. You want to see a fight? Do you want to see a fight?
They got to be able to throw punches.
You can throw punches in a jail cell 8x8.
I wouldn't know.
It's not really 8x8 when you got the bunk beds on the, it's more like 3x3 with the toilet right there.
Man, y'all want these boys in a phone booth, don't y'all?
I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, when you watch PBC cards, then you watch turkey cards, it's just totally different action. Turkey cards, some fights been good. PBC cards been good. Even Top Rank, some of that cards been good. It's just Turkey got the name fighters that he thought was going to fight. That's the problem. But a lot of them dudes are pure boxers. They not about their life. Shakur, Devin, they not about their life. Hit and don't be hit. Ain't that what they say?
That's what they say. But so here's the thing then, Lou. So do you think that it's on them or it's on their opponent? Because I've been hearing mixed, what I'm saying?
It's always on the opponent. You're supposed to cut the ring off. But I'm going to give you my analogy. I know people ain't going to like it. You see how Shakur Stevenson fought Elba De La Santo. And when he literally turned his back and ran. You remember that, right? Right? So should Elba De La Santo run at him full speed to try to cut the ring off?
That's not boxing.
How you gonna cut the ring off? He turned his back running full speed.
But there are rules to it.
Why would Turkey recruit styles he don't like? So he could put him in a ring in smaller rings with pressure fighters? Like, why would he go get all these boxers if that's not what he wanted?
I don't honestly think that he paid Skull and Devin Haney to fight this bullshit way they both fought. I don't think he honestly thought that they were gonna go in there just to steal the bag. And he learned his lesson from that, which is why Teo's paying the price on his next guy, right? On the next fight that he was gonna have, and they tried to cut his pay. Or they did, right? So that's where it comes out to. That's not boxing, guys. I don't care what anybody says. What Skull did, what Haney did, what Shakur did with De Los Santos, that is not boxing. That is not lateral movement. That's literally playing tag.
But look, this is what I think. I think that because, it was 2 fights. How many fights has Turkey had? So it was 2 fights. Okay, boom, it could have been a blunder. It could have been a whatever, right? You telling me after 2 fights, now you feel like you got to change the ring size? He wanted to do that all along. He just wanted an excuse to do it.
I think he's listening to Showbiz and everybody else who was making those jokes after Devin's performance and then decided to come out and say that something. Because to me, Turkey just doesn't seem like he really knows a lot about boxing. He seems like he's easily influenced. And he thinks, and then it just seems like if and when he thinks he's getting played, then he'll start throwing his muscle around. But to me, he seems easily manipulated.
He's a hardcore casual.
But the thing is even when it comes to, like Lou brought up with, or Lou, when he brought up Shakur turning his back, in boxing, you can't turn your back to your opponent. That's on the referee. You know what I'm saying? It's also on the opponent to cut the ring off. You ain't got to chase nobody around. You make it, put them in the corner. You know what I'm saying? Let them fight off the back foot if they want to. Put them in the corner and then you go to work. Put their backs on the ropes and then you go to work. But you got to have the same IQ and foot placement to understand how to cut the ring off. You ain't got to have faster foot speed to cut the ring off. And so I think it's on both fighters, you know what I'm saying, to make the fight. But what's the point of taking away one fighter's advantage to say, well, if you do this, it's to your advantage. If you do this, then we're going to penalize you for that. Well, when are we going to penalize the folks who didn't cut the ring off? When are we going to penalize them?
Hold on.
But
can you explain that? Hold on, LD. What do you mean by advantage? It's an advantage to run around, or you just mean to use excessive lateral movement? Because
when I say advantage, even for Devin, when he fought Ramirez, he pop shot it here and there, and then just, like I told y'all before, did the cha-cha slide around the damn ring. I didn't like it. I thought it was a horrible performance. But that was his advantage against Ramirez. You know what I'm saying? He landed more shots. Were they big shots? No. I mean, but
he landed scary shots, bro.
Hey, that's fine. You can call it whatever you want to. I ain't got no problem with it. My thing is just cut the ring off and make them fight you. That's part of
you can't cut the ring off. Let's get this straight. You're not gonna cut the ring off by an elite fighter, which is pretty much all these guys as athletes, you're not going to be able to cut the ring off from a guy whose purpose is to evade confrontation. You're not going to cut. This is not tag. That's not boxing. If you're talking about cutting the ring off from lateral movement, that's different.
I agree. I think sometimes, Dub, it's easier said than done when you're fighting a William Skull that don't want to get hit. When you're fighting Shakur who don't want to get hit. When you fighting, who was that Boost fought the first fight? My man Karen. When you don't want to get, it's easier said than done, man.
I agree, but that's what you train for.
Yeah, but
you don't train for that.
You do train to cut the ring off.
Not for that type of running evasiveness.
Okay.
You train to cut the ring off, but what certain type of running do you train to cut the ring off for? Could nobody? I'm gonna give you an example. Could nobody in boxing cut the ring off against Curran when he fought Boots? I don't care who you would have put the ring in there. Put him in the ring with him. Who would have cut the ring off? Like Keith Thurman said, I ain't never seen footwork like that and movement like that. Who would have cut the ring off? Name them. Give me somebody who would have cut the ring off.
Usain Bolt.
I'm talking about boxing. I'm being real, Dub. Give me somebody who you thought would have cut the ring off the first time that Curran that fought Boots the first time.
I think
and
Sean Porter. Hold on, real quick. I think a Sean Porter. He could have. I think
Earl Spence.
Yeah, EJ. I think EJ. He does a lot of mirroring with the way he steps. I think he could have cut the ring off.
Earl Spence too slow. He flat-footed. How would he have cut that ring off? And
it ain't about that. It's the education in the steps.
I understand. It's the deciseness, the level you put your feet, the way you put your feet. I understand all that. But Earl Spence couldn't cut the ring off on me.
Now that's
you out of order. You out of order. You out of order.
That's for 2 cents. That's for 2 cents. I'm sorry.
Lou.
I'm out of order. I'm sorry. My fault, 2 cents. I'm just saying, man. It's hard when you run it like that, man. It's just hard. But they have to do it.
But that doesn't mean you change anything, though, Lou. Exactly. It's already in the rules that if you're doing too many excessive movement and you're not slipping and putting yourself in a position to be offensive, you don't get credit for the round. There's nothing else you need to do about that. Because anything else you do about that, you as the promoter, not the fighter, that's the problem. That's where it's like some weird type of control thing coming in my opinion.
I got something.
And that's why we need to, real quick, that's why the judges need to be vetted more than they're being vetted, because these folks don't even know what they're looking at half the time when they judge it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I got this, Jab Queen and all y'all. In history, I'm a history buff. My major was biological science and all that. Let me tell y'all something. In history, don't things change? Everything we see in life right now changes. We don't wear the same clothes, the same jewelry. We don't do the same things in life. So in sports, shit changes. They don't do the same things in sports, right?
Yeah, but it should be.
So in sports, this is 2025. Things are changing.
But Lou, that's like you saying, and I say it respectfully. That's like you saying that the NFL, they done made tons of rule changes, and it's for the worse. It wasn't for the better.
But I'm just saying, shit.
But this is a traditional sport like boxing. And you got to be careful of some of the things you're changing because it's too many moving parts. It's too many.
Now, I'm not saying I agree with what he said because boxing is boxing, but you the one buying it, you the one paying for it. If you don't want them type of fighters, don't have them on your card.
We just said it right now. Nobody wants to see no Hitchins versus Devin Haney snooze fest. We don't want to pay for that. And so as Turkey, as the investor, he's just saying, because he's not the one who owns boxing, he just owns what he puts out. And he's saying, I am not going to invest in that. You could go anywhere else, but you're not going to be on my card. That's all. It's his money, and I respect that.
And that's what I expect. Even though y'all know I can't stand the dude. It's his money. It's his show. If this what he don't want to put on his show, he don't have to put on his show. You know, don't pay them.
This wasn't the premise under what everybody was promoting Turkey and saying though. Like, how can Tio have a money issue with Turkey? How is that possible? How are you having?
But that's a different topic
with Turkey when he got unlimited funds.
Well, that's a different topic. We're conflating that with the rules of an 18x18 ring.
No, I'm saying that the premise that Turkey was brought into boxing on is not what's happening right now. Like, you know, he wanted to make the best fight the best, and he want the best fighters, and he want all these skillful fighters and all these great fights. Well, you're not talking about the best fight and the best no more. You talking about an entertaining fight. You talking about young talent and all this other stuff. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
He holding talent show tryouts for the undercards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got Star Search Boxing.
America's Got Talent.
Boxing night at the Apollo.
I think, but when it comes to that comment that he did about that, it's because look, he's already got like at least $200 million invested between Crawford and Canelo for that card. So he's like, I don't want to spend that much more money. I want to spend.
Let me stop you. He's not paying $200 million for that fight, bro.
50. It's upwards of $200 million. It's going to be around 50 for Crawford and 150 for Canelo.
That's why the undercard is America's Got Talent, because he done spent so much money paying them, overpaying them, because I don't see why the hell Crawford garners that much money, and Canelo been robbing the damn bank for years without a gun. So I do not know why.
Tell him.
But it's because he's Turkey. This is what he wants. That's the thing. It's what he wants.
But that's why
you can't overpay them and underpay some others. You can't overpay them and then
he's not going to underpay them, but he's not trying to look for the most, you know, the most expensive talent for the undercard.
And you can't force Hitchison to stay with Eddie Hearn when your whole premise was to work directly with the boxers.
Oh, he's not forcing him. He could go with anywhere else. He's just saying that he's not going to deal with Hitchins unless he's with Matchroom. That's all.
That's forcing him to stay with him. That's forcing him to stay because everybody except the PBC does business with Turkey.
Yeah, but Top Ring still has their own cards. Golden Boy has their own cards. Matchroom still has their own cards. You know what I mean?
So you got to be signed with Matchroom to work with Turkey? Is that for everybody?
He's just saying that when it came to Hitchins, that from what I read from the Mike Carpenter editorial report, is that he said that for him to deal with Hitchins, he would have to be with Matchroom. That's all.
Well, I don't.
That's what Carpenter put out.
Tony, is Devin with Matchroom to have to work with Turkey?
No, Devin is outright free agent for right now.
Free agent. You know,
so Hitchison can't be a free agent and work with Turkey.
He's a free agent right now. He could sign with whoever he wants.
But he can't work with Turkey unless he's with Matchroom. My question is, who else has that stipulation?
That's all I read from I can't say if there's a stipulation for anyone else.
That was a favor to Eddie Hearn for Turkey, because Eddie Hearn called Turkey and told Turkey that Richardson Hitchins basically broke up with him and worked out some sort of deal that if he does any business with you, I have to be involved because Eddie wants to recoup some of the funds that he lost all this time promoting and building Richardson Hitchins. So he's trying to get some of that money back.
This stems from the Berlanga guys. So you guys can understand what happened. Eddie Hearn invested in Berlanga a lot of money and got him the big bag with Canelo. But then after that, he went ahead and wanted to go solo. And then what he did is with his management, Conley, which is the same manager as Hitchins and Tio, they went directly and got the fight with Shiraz, with Turkey, cutting Eddie Hearn out. So here we got another fighter that's underneath Eddie Hearn, trying to do the same thing because that's what his team wanted to do. What irked Eddie was, yo, man, I did all this for you. I should be the first person to have the first sit-down dibs with you. You're a free agent. This is what I got to offer. If you don't like it, then hey, go ahead, do your thing. That's how business is truly done in corporate America.
Yeah, I get that, HLD. I work in corporate America, so I'm very aware how business is done and conducted. The problem that I then have becomes with Turkey, because if you knew that, like you said, Berlanga was with Eddie, why did you make that deal with him?
Exactly. And
because what you guys don't understand is
HLD is BS, HLD.
Yeah, not when Turkey also owns 10% of the zone.
This is a constant pattern with Eddie Hearn. He cried about the same thing with Devin Haney. Every time a fighter tried to leave him, he started crying about.
He didn't cry about Devin Haney. He was happy to get rid of him. He was happy to get rid of him. He didn't even bid the first bid last year.
What did he say? How
Eddie Hearn didn't bid on it.
Come on, man.
Eddie Hearn didn't bid on last year's first bid. Only one person bid for Devin Haney, and that was Bob Arum, and he was going to make $1.5 million. Eddie Hearn didn't want to even touch it.
Hey, wait a minute.
DHP didn't put a bid on it?
No,
they're not a real promotional company. Come on now. That's LLC only.
And they don't have the money anyway. So I like what Darren Collins put up here. He said the so-called stars are not performing like stars. That's the problem. Do y'all agree?
I agree.
Not stars. They're a bunch of B-side fighters that was crying about what they deserve. And when they got the opportunity to get the spotlight, they didn't get it.
And now Turkey is reducing their bags because he realizing they're B-side fighters, and he should have been paying them what they were getting originally from their original promoters to begin with.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I told you what happened. I think what happened, and it's not even on Turkey. It's the people who was higher than Turkey, the Saudi prince and stuff like that. They bring
promoter.
They bring them big time people in there. All the trillionaires, billionaires, all the 6,000, 7,000 seat arena in there to watch a fight, and they come up disappointing. So they go to Turkey and say, "What the hell did you bring to us? What product is this? We got a guy fighting a plumber and sticking his tongue out after the fight, saying nan the boo boo." What the hell did you bring to us?
The Saudi prince and the king. I rather watch two camels fucking than these bastards.
You know,
they're thrown in jail over there in Saudi.
Exactly. I mean, but you see what I'm saying, Jack Queen? You bring this product to us. We get you the money. You know, this is not Turkey money. Y'all know this. You know, but we want a better product. We don't want to see dudes moving around, jabbing around for $7 to $8 million.
That's why you matchmake, Lou.
Exactly, but I'm just telling you what's going. I understand. I'm just telling you what they saying. But
no, and I completely get that. But that's the thing. If Selma is over Turkey, then maybe there's some sort of disconnect, or Turkey's just saying whatever to get these fighters out his face or to make them see him in a certain light. But if he's telling them one thing, then on the contract is something else with Selma, there needs to be some sort of conversation, because clearly that's the problem, quote unquote, that Teofimo is having, and why he's not willing to get in the ring with Devin Haney, because Turkey told him one thing and then Selma put something else on the contract.
Yeah.
I mean,
but the contract is what the contract is. They try to change is what it is.
That's what I'm saying. If Turkey's nothing more than a glorified secretary, then say that.
Yeah, because believe me, it's people above him. You know, and that's just what he loves. You know,
and let me tell you something. I have no confirmation that, for an example, that Teo and Turkey have had a one-on-one conversation where there's like, hey man, my apologies, Your Excellency. None of that. Ain't no, it's just hearsay from.
He ain't apologize to black folks.
You know.
So
yeah, but the black folks ain't gonna be paying him his money, so that's why he ain't gonna apologize.
I think Turkey, like Two Cents said though, they need to do a better job of matchmaking. That's all, dude. They need a better job of matchmaking, man. Because you know, if you don't like the product, find people who's going to give you the fight. Like the heavyweights you got coming up, they're going to give you a fight. You know.
Teo said that in one of those interviews that they need a good matchmaker and they don't have one at all.
They don't have nothing. Yeah, Dana White don't know shit about boxing.
They should hire Bruce Champler.
So what?
It just, that's the problem with this stuff, man. And we know it all. It's going to go downhill in a minute. He's going to get tired of it. So he's going to move out and let Dana White promote that, what is it, TKO boxing? And he's going to stop giving these dudes.
Dana White don't know shit about boxing.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's from dummy to dummy.
So once he stopped giving them people money with them big fights, they all going to be stuck. They're going to go back to their regular promoters and be whining like a baby.
These fighters are gonna get Turkey killed, bro. That's what I feel like. Hold on, you spent how many billions of dollars and for what? He's gonna disappear, bro.
I mean,
it'll work out. It'll work itself out only because they need, in my personal opinion, they're not worried really about boxing. If you look at the sports that they doing this with a lot of different sports, and is more, if anything, in my personal opinion, to kind of get off of some of the crimes against humanity. Let me put it that way, that they've been a part of, and to rebuild their name, and they're using sports to do it. That's my personal opinion.
Well, it's all about Riyadh season too. When it comes down to it, they're trying to make another I don't know, vacation, world spot over there, another Vegas, if you will. But and that's what it's really all about. It's just to promote their brand.
Yeah. But is it Canelo and Bud? That's in Vegas, right?
Yeah,
that's going to be in Vegas.
But that's because of Canelo.
But he was trying to push it to.
He was going to put it in Saudi.
He was trying to push it to Saudi.
I'm not going to Saudi. We fighting in Vegas. He put his foot down.
The location is still in the witness protection program because we still don't have an address.
You don't. Look, the fight was supposed announced that it was going to be at Allegiant Stadium September 12th. And my dumb ass through brokers, when they announced it, I purchased some tickets to go out.
I never believed it. I never believed it would be.
And so then they switched. Then they announced it was going to be the 13th, but that TK was at. So I'm calling Allegiant Stadium. Like, is there a home here for this fight? And they're like, no. And we have a game on September 13th, the UNLV game. And so we have no home for any boxing event with us.
And like I said, who is helping Turkey? Because it would have been suicide even if it would have happened. Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez wouldn't have had no chance going up against Tank Davis and the Marburys. They wouldn't have had no chance.
Man, look, Lou. Turkey would be better off with me and you, HLD, Jab Queen, and 2 Cent advising him as to how to put these fights on than some of these people he got. So,
exactly. And the first thing I tell him, don't you ever put a fucking concert in between the boxing match. These. Oh,
you talking about the
when they fought in L.A. When they fought in L.A. with Crawford, was that with Crawford for? Who did he fight out there? Was it
Madrimov?
When they had the comp man. Eminem. Yeah, you don't do no stupid stuff like that. He just got bad advisors around him, man.
Yo, he lost upwards of $20 million for that card.
Dang.
And promotional stuff only.
And there you go. Exactly, John. And like I tell y'all, that's just me. I don't know about y'all. In the fights during the daytime, it's summertime. People want to be outside enjoying their life. Nobody more being better than DC. And DC, man, it's 5 or 6 in the evening. You want to have a fight.
They're hoping that they could make the fight at Allegiant Stadium during the daytime and push. That's not going to happen. You can't have a football game and a damn boxing event on the same day of a stadium.
That ain't happening.
That ain't happening.
Hey man,
what you about to say, Doug?
I was just gonna say, man, go on and put that thing. Look, put it in MGM. Put it in one of them regular arenas. First off, if you take it to Allegiant Stadium, I say it respectfully, what that stadium hold what? Almost 150,000 people?
No, it's 65.
It's like 70, 65.
65.
Well, you ain't getting that many folks. So go ahead, put it in the MGM, put it in a T-Mobile, wherever you're gonna put it, a normal place. You know what I'm saying? And then let it sell how it's gonna sell. But it's ridiculous just to think of some of the things that you're doing because, like Lou just said, summertime outside, man, ain't nobody at 5 o'clock. Now we're gonna be watching it. We're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I got my money back from my broker because I've only bought the fight because I was expecting Tio and Boots were going to be on the undercard.
Who announced that? Where did you hear that?
That was the plan for this whole tournament. Is that Haney was to beat this guy well and Ryan to win. They had the rematch and then Boots and Tio fight. And then the winner of those 2 fights fight each other. That's how it was supposed to be.
According to who?
According to Turkey and Riyadh season.
Amazing. I ain't
that was the tournament. It came out on January 13th.
that didn't make sense when he said it. That didn't make sense when he said it. Why the hell are you putting Boots in a tournament with all these little small ass fighters when he about to move up? That don't even make sense.
He never said in January he was moving up, but Eddie Hearn was parading Boots all over there for that. So he knew what was going on.
Hey, real quick, Lou, I got a ride, but man, much love to all y'all. Y'all know what it is with me, man. So we got an interview coming up in a second, but love y'all. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, and anytime I can jump on with my brother Roberto, man, it's always fun, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate it, champ.
I'll holler at you, dog.
Hey,
stay out of order. Stay out of order.
He gonna do that. He gonna do that.
We gonna be out of order around here. All right, y'all.
All right.
Yeah, you need to stay out of order with that bull crap, man. So,
no, but I mean, but HLD, right? Like, so you already bought a ticket and everything when you found out that it was switched from the 12th to the 13th, and then it went into the Witness Protection Program with the location.
Right. I just got my refund like last week.
Yeah. See, I don't know why you would do that.
They were selling fake tickets online, Lou.
Yeah, and this is the second or third time that they switched the location since the original announcement in the ring and the date. They done been back and forth between the 12th and the 13th at least 2 or 3 times.
And they changed the promoters in between that because they first announced it that it was going to be TKO, and then he announced it that it's going to be Silas of Riyadh Season, and then again they changed it that now he's going to be in partnership with TKO with Dana White. So I'm glad I got out of that because I don't know what the hell is going on with it. And I'm glad I got my money back. That's all I got to say.
Well, I told y'all what I did. Once they announced the rematch with Tank and Lamar, I say, no, I'm not going to see Canelo and Crawford because, one, I don't give a fuck. I don't like neither one of them. So why not go see Tank? Somebody I do like. So,
but that's in Vegas, right?
Yep.
Yeah, then you did right with that decision.
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, we didn't ask for Canelo and Bud. They just threw it on us. Bud saw something like Michael Garcia.
See what happened to Mikey.
Exactly.
I don't know, I don't know what they're planning because if you're trying to go to Vegas for this Canelo fight and Crawford fight, you know it's a lot of money. I'm talking about you're not spending just $5,000. You know you're gonna need the hotel, airfare. Bro, I know I was gonna be spending close to $15,000 heading out that way.
Wait a minute, hold on. You could have called me. I could have got you a room for free, and you could have gave me $5,000. I could have got you. I'm just telling you, I could have got you a room for free.
with extra room service.
If you paying that much, shit, I could have got the room for free. You know,
it would have been that much. Because I was going to make it a vacation at the same time, and just go all out for that week.
I know for sure Crawford ain't gonna have no fans at the fight now.
What can he do? I'm going down the line. I'm asking y'all, Jab Queen, what's the best advice right now you would give the turkey?
Say that again, Lou.
What's your best advice right now you would give the turkey?
If I was with Turkey?
What advice would you give him?
I would tell him to stop scheduling fights in advance, at least that far in advance. I would tell him to check the fighters' market value before offering them these illustrious purses. And then I tell him to put some on under that damn dress he wear.
Yo, Jackie, how do you know he needs to wear something underneath?
It look a little breezy. He looking like a little free.
I thought you saw some sunlight in between, maybe, huh?
Oh my God.
Everything you said makes sense. The so far in advance planning, boxing is so unpredictable from fight to fight, and it's really hard to do that. He needs just better people around him. He just does. He needs people who have been in the game to give him good guidance. But the thing is, I don't think it's Turkey in himself. He's got Silas promotions. And whoever's in charge of that.
Why you keep saying that? HLD is him. Eddie
no,
said himself.
He's a financier.
Eddie Hearn said Turkey's going to do whatever Turkey wants to do. It's Turkey doing this.
You don't think it's the guy? You don't think 2 Cents is the guy that HLD talking about? But then Turkey.
I think it's a combination. To be honest with you, she's right about that.
Because what Eddie Hearn said, and I've heard.
Yeah, I heard Eddie Hearn say the same thing. You're right about that.
You know, you're not going to tell Turkey. No, you're not going to tell him what to do. And if I was to give Turkey advice, I would tell him, get a mentor. Listen to the promoters that been doing this that you're working with. Tell you what's working, what's not, until you figure things out and you know enough to make changes. You can't just
I agree.
Come into an industry you know about trying to make changes, listening to fans on the internet.
You know what, too Cents? Because so maybe Turkey is the ceiling to the promoters, but he's not the actual ceiling. You know what I'm saying? That's like if you out here hustling, you gotta connect, but they get their money, they get their work from somebody else too. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only person you know. So maybe they think that Turkey is the head and the end all be all, but really Turkey don't really have that much pull. I said it before, he ain't nothing but a glorified secretary to me.
His ass belongs to the Saudi prince and the Saudi king. Simple as that.
You see that, Tony? That Luke gets everything free in Vegas in Atlantic City. You know, but let me show you this. You see this HLD? See, I couldn't. People be giving 3, 4. Let me see that. You see that? I don't know if you can see it. My room is free. Everything is free in Las Vegas, Nevada. I don't pay for nothing.
Hey man, blessings, bro. Blessings.
Give me the 5,000, and I will help you out, champ.
No, you're not gonna be able to give me what I'm gonna get for 5,000. I guarantee you that.
But if my advice to Turkey, give it up. Let somebody else run it, and you just go behind scenes. But you need to listen. Take advice. Stop being so fucking stubborn because you got all the money. You know, we know it's your money. You can do whatever you want to do. But if you're not putting the best product out, you know, it's just a waste of time. You messing your crowd base up. People don't even want to see your fights now. So you need, first of all, you need to listen. Get better team around you if you want to stay in the game. You know, don't get people who want to kiss your ass like Dana White and the other people, man. Get people who want to say, no, you're doing this wrong. No, you need to do it this way. You know what I mean? It like 2 Cents said. Stop getting fighters that you think you need to get the right fighters. Devin Haney, Sabrina Matias, I'm just getting you for instance. It's not going to be a good fight. Devin going to move around like a motherfucker. Sabrina Matias, Gary Antoine Russell. Now, them the fights Turkey want to see. Because you know that will be a bang, but I'm just giving you for instances. That's them the kind of fights he wants to see. You know, but with the people he got on his team. But one thing he did do, Jab Queen and 2 Cents, y'all, he did do. The people, what is it they call it? Sponsored Saudi, like Sharif, what they call it? Keyshawn Davis, Schofield.
Oh, ambassadors?
Ambassadors. Now, the ambassadors that he have are fighters. Dudes who you know going to fight. And you know who's not on that list no more. Well, if he wasn't on there, Shakur Stevenson. You know, so he do have some ambassadors for Riyadh season. You know, so he needs to start there and get people who's going to fight them, not just moving around the ring. Jason's in the building. He hate Bud. He say fuck Bud. You know, and that's what he needs to start doing, you guys. You know, he getting right. He got the ambassadors, but he got to get the people that he gonna put in front of them. Right. That's what 2 Cents saying. He got to get the ones that he got to put in front of them, right? But who can you put in front of Shakur Stevenson? He should have never got Shakur Stevenson. You know, Devin just
but he's probably hearing what Crawford's telling him. You know, oh yeah, he's one of the best. He's one of the best, and
now he see, and he just heard Crawford tell him, "Why are you going to try to change the game? Boss has been around for all these years." That's because Crawford going to be moving his ass, and I don't blame him. Canelo throws thunder. He better move his ass or his ass going to sleep. So he just caught in the wrong place, man. He just caught in the wrong place. He got to figure it out. If he don't figure it out, it's just going to keep wasting money. That's how I look at it. You know, because if he want to keep wasting money, that's what he's going to do. Because, you know, or he just going to depend on his heavyweights, his UK dudes. You know, Daniel the Boys USAC when they fight next month.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then when you get people in there slugging it out, people gonna be saying they want to see boxing. It's like it's boxing fans. You're never going to satisfy them. So keep trying to flip and switch things to what they saying. You really shouldn't even do that.
I have never heard anybody complain about a slugfest.
Me either. Not Mexican style anyway, because the
nobody has.
Yeah, but if they keep seeing it though, over and over and over, is what I'm saying. If a ring season card, I mean, I guess it might work because you won't get it in like regular boxing, but it's gonna be two different things. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's not gonna be the same.
But why do we always go to the extreme when we're saying we don't want running, but that means rock him and sock him? No, we want boxing. And that running shit is not no sweet science.
It's too subjective, HLD. What's running? People got different definitions of that.
What I just said it. What Skull did, what Haney did, and what Shakur did versus De Los Santos, that's running.
Some people think that's boxing.
Well, no. Ain't nobody at the edge of their seats watching none of that shit.
That's your opinion. Some people think that's
oh my God, he's running. Is he about to hit the brake?
But 2 cents, I understand what you're saying, but now, see, you brought it up. The fans, you say the fans might get tired of that. The fans are tired of that. The boxing, the running, whatever you're saying it is, they are commenting on it. They talking about it. We just had a guy in the chat today saying, I will never pay for another pay-per-view like that ever. So the fans are getting tired of that. So what you do when the fans start spending their money, you give them product that they want to see. In the discussion, you got to give them product that they want to see. Because if not, it's going to be a problem. Who is the clown, Jason? Bud, he ain't no clown. He don't like Bud, nigga. You a Bud lover. That's my guy, Jason. Leave Jason alone. You know? But that's what it is, man. And for all you people keep saying UFC is the best, I call bullshit. UFC, they fight each other 5 and 6 times. Why in the hell I'm going to fight the same dude 5 and 6 times within a 3-4 years span? Who the hell want to keep saying that? Y'all got to stop that stuff with the UFC stuff, man. They fight.
Their model has changed at the UFC. They used to have stars and stuff, and it's a different model right now. The way they're doing it, it's kind of weird. What where they're transitioning to right now. They used to have superstars, and now it's more about just the brand and who they are. I don't know how to explain it, but it doesn't seem like they got any stars.
One more thing before we get off the show. If y'all know me, y'all know this channel. Back in the days, I done interviewed everybody. You know, I done interviewed Scooter. I done interviewed, what's the girl name? The women's champion before Clarissa. The one Clarissa beat her first fight. What's my girl name?
Franchise.
I interviewed Franchise, the Durrell twins. I done interviewed all of them. Now, let me ask you. These people out here, because this dude got on my nerves, they interviewing Bill, they interview the fighters and all this stuff. Why there's no views for these interviews when these people interview these fighters or these managers or the promoters? Why they not getting them many views for their channel? You figure
this culture wants a circus show.
You figure you interview Bill Haney, you should get a lot of views. You interview Teo, you know, you should get a lot of views. Shakur, you should get a lot of views. Bud, you should get a lot of views. But there's no views coming. Why? They're not stars, or people just don't care, or it's just all talk now. You know?
Well, half of these boxers don't got a personality, man. It's called it what it is.
It's a combination of all three, if we're being honest. I mean, you can only fool the public for so long. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, and I don't want to pick on the young man, so I don't know if any Shakur fans is in here. But when he tells you, I'm a go in there, I'm gonna knock him out, I'm gonna beat this guy, we know that's not true. We know that's not true.
I did a whole show on that shit.
Yeah, we know that's not true. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we kind of get tired of hearing it, and we don't want to hear it anymore unless you're producing something of a higher caliber. which is probably why his ticket sales are struggling, but that's another topic for another day. But just in general, I think that overall we're getting tired of the BS. You know what I'm saying? It's like either get in there and do what you say you're gonna do, or just shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's like when Bill calling his son Debo, like, what? Debo, what? You know what I mean?
Y'all even listen to him.
Make it make sense.
I don't even listen to nothing he says. Nothing. I just tune it out whenever he's talking, man. I just want to know, because I be seeing stuff come down on Twitter, people interviewing this, or YouTube, people interview this guy, and I look how many views they got. I'm like, damn, and you interview this guy, and that's all you have? You know? So it's like the public, like Jab Queen said, the public just don't care anymore about this kind of stuff. It's on certain people you probably can interview that you can get a whole bunch of views on. Tank, Canelo, let me see what manager. Maybe Eddie Hearn. You might get some views on Eddie Hearn. Maybe Lou DiBella. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy.
You're right, and that's probably why most of these channels only talk about Tank or like, you know what I'm saying, because they do that, you know what I'm saying, which is craziness. But to our bigger point, a lot of people only care about the interesting fighters or the name brand fighters, I'll say, which is why a lot of some of these other guys fall to the wayside, which is probably why they went over there to Turkey to begin with. It all comes full circle.
Yeah, but I know one thing. We got an all-women fight coming up, and we're going to talk about it when it's time. I can't wait for that showcase.
The Amanda Serrano card?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like Amanda Serrano. I saw her on The Breakfast Club. I watched that interview.
It's like 10 fights, right? It's like 10 fights, all women.
Yeah, it's like 10 fights up there. Bangers, too.
Bumgarner had her and oh my God, I can't forget her name. They had their workout today, open workout.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, Metcalf.
Bumgarner
and Metcalf had their...
their workout today, yep.
Any closing thoughts, too, since you got closing thoughts before we get up out of here? We can go around.
Great combo today. Roberto, you got to open up this panel more, man.
No. I'll open up right now. Now that Jab Queen on, I might open it up a little bit more.
For real.
I'm messing with you. You know, if y'all say put a link out there, I will put a link out there. But I just don't like people yelling and screaming. Y'all know I get headaches and I'll be off the show for 2 days.
I mean, it depends on your panel, Lou. It depends on.
Well, you know, I got the mute button now, but I don't like muting people. But the only one I mute is Dub. Because Dub, you know, Dub is Dub. Mr. Respectfully. That's my guy. But, you know, I might put it out a little bit more, man.
What happened to D-Block, though? He don't even come by no more. He got too good for the YouTube on Twitter. D-Block.
Oh, D-Block on Twitter now ain't too good because I kept blocking her. I tell him he got Tank tattooed on his back, his neck, his side, his thigh, inside his thigh.
What's happening?
I think he covered that one up, a rebuttal. After that, he lost that bet. He covered that tattoo up.
The guy named D-Block, Jab Queen. He hates Tank so much, but he lost the bet and tattooed Tank on his neck, on his butt, on his back.
Oh my God!
Inside the thigh.
Yeah, he had it covered up recently, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
He covered it up.
Yeah, it was on the side of the palm of his hand. So, yeah, he had Tank.
He on Twitter now, so let him stay on Twitter, man. You know, but you got anything to say, HLD?
No, man, I'm grateful to be like I was, man. Thank you for letting me be on the panel. 2 Cent, Jab Queen, is a pleasure meeting you, and we'll keep it boxing until the next one. I'll be stopping by, Jab Queen. I seen you out there.
Okay.
Even though I don't go on the Haney voice, I'm gonna go on there just to listen to see what Jab Queen said.
I posted it on my own page, so you ain't gotta go over there.
Okay, I'll go on your page.
I gotta go watch it, Jab Queen. I gotta go watch it.
Yeah, man.
You got any final thoughts?
I tried to talk to Bill one day. He wouldn't even entertain nothing I was saying.
No, he got upset with me, but you know, I didn't really care because
you can't
and yell and get you off topic. He don't want to talk to you. If he can't,
exactly. If he can't get you off topic, he don't want to talk.
Exactly. If you don't over talk, I tell people all the time what to say, and you know, don't let him get his talking points out. Just stay in your ground. whatever he say, don't change the subject. Stand your ground.
I let him talk because I like to hear him talk, so I can
let
hang
him
him
talk.
with that.
But then you bring up your same subject that you was on.
Yep, that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, so but I appreciate y'all coming on.
I appreciate you for having us. This was fun.
Anytime. And HLD, you gotta tell T.O. to fight somebody, man. It's time, man.
We working on it. We're gonna see what happens on Thursday, because what happens Thursday has a lot to do with what happens in the next month.
But HLD, let me ask you a question, right?
Yeah.
Based off T.O.'s I know you're trying to go, Lou, but based off T.O.'s last couple fights,
go ahead.
What will make you think he finna fight Boots? What has T.O. done to make you be like, hell yeah, he need to go up there and fight Boots?
He would, because he's the only guy in all of boxing who's willing to go to the number one guy in each division and tap that ass. That's why.
He's not willing to go though.
No, he did it at 135 and he did it at 140. He's willing to do it at 147.
Who did he do it with at 140?
He's the lineal champion, sweetie.
Who did he fight to make you be excited about a Boots fight? That's what I'm asking you.
He beat Taylor.
Don't tell me about no accolades.
Don't say nothing about no Josh Taylor been out for 2 years, man. Stop.
He beat Josh Taylor? What does that got to do with Boots, bro?
What does it have to do with there's $11 million on? That means that Boots turned down even more money.
You seen Boots you seen T.O. beat Josh Taylor and was like, hell yeah, he needs to go fight Boots.
I'm okay with it, whether he gets his ass whooped or not. I'm okay with it. That's not an excuse to duck him.
It's no excuse. I'm not making an excuse. I'm just telling you that the shit was capped. That's all I'm trying to say.
No, it's not. How is it capped when there's money on the table?
It just don't sound right. You saying, I told you this before. You saying Boots in is the Teofimo Lopez.
Hey, there's money on the table.
Oh my goodness, that just don't sound right.
It doesn't sound right, which is why it doesn't make sense. He's gonna go to 154 to fight Tellez. He's gonna rather fight Tellez for the interim belt and then wait for Crawford to vacate so he could become a 2-time email champion. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
What are you talking about, AJ?
He's going to fight Tellez at 154 for the interim belt, wait for Crawford to vacate his WBA belt so he could then be elevated and become now a 2-time email champion.
That's not his fault, Crawford ducking the division.
Oh, you see how the double standards floats around?
But anyway, we gotta go, man. Ludin already clicked off.
He did. He said, "The hell with you two."
We'll finish this conversation next time.
And next time, sweetie. God bless. All right.
Oh man, that was my fault, you guys. That was my fault. That was my fault. I'm sorry, HL did 2 cents. The thing just clicked out on me. I don't know if it's raining again out here or not. Johnson, he needs to fight Brian Norman, but he moved up now, John. He needs to fight Brian Norman. My fault, 2 cents, and HLD, it just clicked out on me. Teofimo is trash. What's going on, Jason? But I appreciate everybody coming in. Y'all hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all you guys, man. Until next time, peace and blessings, everybody. Just stay safe out there. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Different time, different station. Peace.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up, so